So guys, as you can see, this LED over here starts from off state, then keeps on going brightening up, and then it becomes the brightest, and then it starts all over again. See, it will start from 0, that is the off state, and then it starts to brighten up, and then it becomes the brightest. Now I showed you the code in a quick succession. So you can see that we initialize the pin 3 is the PWM pin, we took it as output. Then we use this command analog write, and then duty, we took an integer called duty to set the duty cycle, and then we made a counter here because duty can be maximum from 0 to 255 because Arduino has 8-bit PWM module. So we set the duty limit that if it goes above 255 it will start all over again. Then we have a counter here which is incrementing by 1 and a delay of 40, like to slow down the speed of the code. Simple as that. This gives us this result over here, that is LED fading in and fading out. So simple as that. Hello guys, welcome to learning microcontrollers. In this video I'm going to show you how you can use a PWM pin of an Arduino UNO to control the brightness of an LED. So let's get started. So guys, this over here is our Arduino UNO, easily available in the market, and this over here is a 5mm crystal LED. As you can see, it has two pins, one longer and one shorter. The longer I name as power, the shorter as the ground. Always remember that you cannot shuffle these two pins. The longer pin is always the power and shorter pin is always the ground. Now guys, to connect this LED with a Arduino, you will need to connect the ground pin directly with the ground pin of an Arduino UNO like this. Now for the longer pin, you will need a resistor. This will be a safety resistor. It will limit the current, else your LED may burn. So you can use any value resistor from 100 ohm to up to whatever value you prefer, but remember, the higher the value of the resistor, the dimmer the LED will go. So the ideal resistor that I usually use is a 220 ohm or a 330 ohm or somewhat nearby. So I'm going to use a 220 ohm resistor here. So you will connect the longer pin to the one end of the 220 ohm resistor like this, and from the other end of this 220 ohm resistor you will connect it to any pin having this approximation sign. See, on the board you can see few pins having this approximation sign. This sign represents that it's a PWM pin. See, here it is mentioned as well. This approximation means the pin having approximation sign is a PWM pin. So there are total of 6 pin, pin number 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11. You can use any of these pins for controlling the brightness of an LED because they all support the PWM module. So I'm going to use the pin number 3 like this. In this way our connections are completed. Now we will program this Arduino UNO in such a way that once the code runs, the LED will be off, and then the LED will start to brighten up and it will go to the brightest, and then again it will start all over again. It will again turn off and it will again go to brightest, then again it will turn off, and then it will again like start to go to the like faded out to fade in. Simple as that. So let me introduce you to the hardware before we move on to the programming. The hardware is very simple as shown in the presentation. This over here is our LED. This is the Arduino UNO, and here it is connected to the computer using this, and this is the LED. So let me zoom in so you guys will have better view. Okay, now this is fine. Okay, now what I do is that guys, I turn on the Arduino IDE. This over here is the Arduino IDE. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better. So guys, in the Arduino IDE you can see that it is the version 2.3.2. You can use a higher version as well if available. Click on File, New Sketch. New Sketch window pops up. Close the previous window like this. Okay, let it open up. And now I will remove these comments. If you want to keep, you can keep them. Okay, after removing the comments, the first thing you will do is to press Ctrl S to save your work. PWM Arduino tutorial by LM. So that is the name of the file I wrote. You can write any name you want. Click on save. Okay, let it save. Okay, the new file is created. So here you can see the name. Now guys, first of all we initialize the pin. Write down pin mode, pin number 3, output. LED is always connected to an output pin. Here we are using pin number 3. We will use it as a PWM, but you have to declare it as an output pin by default. and by default the LED will be in the 0 state. Now what I do over here is that I write a command called analog write, this command. Here the pin, and here you will write the duty cycle. Now the duty cycle maximum supported is 255 like this. So I write some comments here. See, Arduino UNO PWM module is 8-bit, means 2 power 8 equals to 256. This means value is from 0 to 255. So the maximum duty cycle we can set is 255, which means 5 volt, means 0 to 5 volt output. So the duty cycle we will set here, like 0 means it's a 0 volt and 5 volt means it's 255. So it will be like this. Now what I do is that we want to play with this. Now what I do is that I make it an integer so I can play with it. I just take an integer duty. So I replace this with duty, and by default value of duty in the one time loop I set it to 0. Duty equals to 0. So once the code starts, our LED is off because duty is equal to 0. Now guys, what we do is that we need to play with this. So what I do is that I will write a counter here. I write that duty equals to duty plus 1. Okay, duty is equal to duty plus 1, and once the duty reaches, if duty is greater than 255, then if duty goes above 255, then duty becomes equals to 0, like this. So it starts all over again. If we don't add this, then what will happen is that duty will keep on increasing while our maximum value is 255. It may go above to 2 million as well, but the LED will be like at 5 volts. So it will be of no use. So we have to add this. Now it will be very fast code without delay. What we do is that I add some delay so to slow it down. You will play with the code. I will give you this code in the description of the video. I add a delay of like 200 with every step. Okay, this will be fine. Like with every step, duty will be increased by 1 and delay of 200. So it will be too much, I think. I just make it 10. Else we have to increase this. If we increase this, this will also like act as a delay. So with every repetition, after every 10 millisecond, it will increase the duty by 1 after every 10 milliseconds. So it will go up to 255, then it will start all over again. Duty will become 0. So I verify this code. If okay, there is an error, let's check. Okay, we gave double semicolons, perfect, check. Okay, now no error, done compiling. Now we upload the code. Okay, let it upload. It says uploading. Okay, it's done uploading. Let me zoom out. So guys, take a look at the LED. This is the LED we have here. See, it is fading. It starts from 0, goes up to the maximum value, and then it starts all over again. Still the delay is too much. I play with the code. Now I increase the delay further because it is going too fast. I want to slow down the speed. I make it like 40. Now it will do the same but in a bit slow. It will go slow. Okay, the code is uploaded. Go back. See, the same thing is happening, but now it is slow. It starts from 0 and it starts to brighten up and become brightest and then starts all over again. See, it is working like a charm. So guys, this is it. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. I will share the code in the description of the video. So guys, the Google Drive link to the code will be in the description of the video. Just open that link and download the code and play with it. So guys, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye until then.